Hi everybody, welcome to Carnation Crowds TV. I'm Laura. We have Taz next door.
We do, and we also have a very special guest with us in the gallery. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
We have the lovely Kat with us.
Yay! So we've got Kat who is going to swap places with Taz halfway through the show. So we're going to have half a show of Taz and half a show with Kat. Kat's name just completely went out of my head. I was going to say Bunny. I'm so sorry, Kat. Right, anyway, so this show is going to be based on the main collection that we've got, which is brand new. It launched yesterday. 70% of the collection has gone already. It is our new Petals and Threads collection. It is brand new. It is on a show price for you. You are going to get free UK P&P with this as well. So perfect time to add in your glue, your papers and things like that that we'll talk about as we go through the show. But you have got so much in this collection, and I think it is a perfect first collection of the year because this is such a versatile collection. This is going to be your spring summer cards, your autumn cards. It's going to be your Mother's Day, your Valentine's, your birthday, your sympathy, your get well, your anniversary, your weddings. It is everything rolled up into one stunning collection. So we've got our composure card shape that I'm just going to bring at the front so you can see everything that you get in here, because you have got the most stunning floral displays in here, and we'll go through everyone in more detail when we look at the boards. But you've also got that huge card shape, or it can be a doily, it can be matte layers on a card, but I'm going to turn this around so you can see how much metal, how many dies you have got in that set. Just this one on its own, it is absolutely stunning. So Miss Taz has just said that that she thinks that the doily card shape would make a great easel card. Do you know what? I've actually got an easel card, ooh, as one of my demos. But it's in one of them somewhere. Maybe I'll find it for the next one for you, Taz. Also got our vases. I'm just going to tip that forward so you can see. You've got your teapot, you've got the lid, which I think is so sweet, that will fit on top. You've got the vase with the cork that will also fit on top. You've also got the like scented sticks down the bottom that you can pop in the vase, and you've got the bucket as well that you can use. We've got our elongated apertures. Now this is a die set that you're going to keep out. This is a die set that will go with absolutely any and every one of your card projects because it's an aperture. It's going to give you a perfect aperture in your card. So you can use this with absolutely any collection. You could use it just as matte and layers on there. So you can see how you can use it building things up. You can also use it just on its own, so you get that perfect aperture shape. You could use it as an aperture and pop your sentiments in there. Works absolutely stunning. So you've got different ways that you can use those. Then you've got our proud leaves, and I'm just going to grab that same card to show you, because this one has been cut out 3 times round the background to make the complete background of this card. And you can see they die cut out, but they leave the center part in. You've even got embossed detail on the leaves as well, so you can have those like that sticking out of your project. Oh, stay there, stay there, stay there, like that. Just run through once, pop some gems in the center, but obviously you can tuck your florals into these as well, so your flowers will just slot in behind the petals perfectly. I have got a lovely card sample with that on, but I can't find it right now, so I'll show it to you in a minute. So you've got that one, and then our last but not least, you're going to get our said with meaning sentiments with here. So you've got sent with happiness, sent with love, and you are wonderful. So sentiments again that you can use for so many different occasions. So we're going to look through the boards So you can see exactly what it is that you are getting and how everything looks cut out with the vignettes. So this is that doily card shape cut out in white cardstock. So you can see you've got your white base card, you've got your purple matte, and then you've got that larger doily. You've got another matte and the middle-sized doily. You've got two other doilies then that fit in the centre. Just matting and layering that like that looks absolutely stunning. But you can cut them down, use them as card bases. So cutting that outside mat out and using it as a card base works absolutely perfectly. And this is a really nice one actually, because this one, the inside doily has been snipped away. So you've only got that lace going around the outside, which looks absolutely stunning. So you can do that as well. But then this is what that will look like cut out with the vignette. So you've even got vignettes for these, and you get the most stunning detail in the center that almost looks as if you've got fold lines in there. It looks like pure lace. So it looks absolutely stunning cut out with the vignette. Then our next one, so this is part of the same die. Look at that. It is absolutely stunning. I don't need to say anything about this board. It is absolutely stunning. You've got your hydrangeas and you've got your decoupage layers there to build that up, to really make that 3D effect, like this one that we made in the earlier show. Look at that. The detail on it, just, and you can make a card. It's quite simple, a lot of white space, but because there's so much depth and detail on those flowers, it just works absolutely perfectly. We've got our large pink rose, and then you've got a smaller peach rose, again, with the decoupage elements on to build up. Then we've got our three different gerbras. So you've got one in more of that paley peach colour and two in the orange. And again, you've got the decoupage bits that you can add in and build those up. You've got your branch that you can build up your hydrangeas or your roses on. You've got your branches as well. You can see these are absolutely stunning with the buds on ready. So you've got your pink and your white. You've got your leaves that you can fit in, and then you've got the stunning eucalyptus branch that you can build up as well. And one of the things I was doing was you can actually snip these as well, so you can make them into two smaller ones if you want to. And the lovely thing with this, that is designed perfectly to fit onto the doily. So like this one, you can see it is the perfect size, the curves with it. Print this out in your mirrored vignettes and you've got it going the other way. So you could have it going this way as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can use these. Then our next one, we've got the vase. These are stunning, and there's so many ways you can use these. You do have the mats for these as well, so if you want to bring them to the forefront of your projects, you can do that. You've got the teapot, you've got the lid as well, which I just think is absolutely adorable. This pail, I keep saying it, but I can just see the Highland cow from Welcome to the Farm, you know, with these. Like, he could be sticking his head out of there, or like the little lambs. There's so many different ways that you can use this. And then you've got the stunning vase here with the cork. You can pop that on top if you want to use it as a decorative piece. You can put the centre sticks in them as well. So you've got the sticks sticking out, and then you could change the look of it completely. Then we've got our proud leaves. So this is the one I was showing you that will actually cut in, but not cut out your leaves. So you're going to run it through your cardstock, and you can see it cuts out, but it leaves that centre part intact. So that centre bit is not going to cut out. So you've even got embossed detail. You can see the veins in the leaves. So you can fold these. You can add shape to these. Ooh. So Taz has just said it would look really nice if you had like gilded wax on these. She did say polish, but I know what she meant. And you could add these, so you can decorate these up. Now you could pop the florals in here if you wanted to, and you were building up something really spectacular with the flowers. You could cut these out, so you could easily just pop them out, and you could use them like that. Equally, you could pop all of them out. Oh, that would look nice, wouldn't it? You could pop them all out and just have it in the background. So you could just have the leaf design there like that. You can also grab like your flowers. Let me just grab one. And then you can pop the flowers into the leaves. So you're building the flowers in those as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can use this. You've got the two different designs as well. So you can see you've got more of the, oh, what's the name of the, that's not staying in my head, eucalyptus. So this is more of that like eucalyptus style. And then you've got your other ones here. And you can see, look, the vein detail that you get. That's the embossed detail that you'll get in these. Then we've got our elongated apertures. Now these are stunning. Like I said, there's so many different ways you can mix and match these up. I'm just going to grab, so like this is one that we demoed yesterday, and you can see just popping that in using your perfect papers and just having it like that as an aperture. It just brings the card to life, just having that in with the pattern coming around it. And then this one we did yesterday, I put those leaves behind it, so you can see just a few of them are popping out from behind that aperture, and it just adds so much to the projects, adds to your cards, and you'll be able to use that. There's no collection that you would not be able to use this with, because it just works with absolutely everything. It's an aperture. You can also use it with the mats and layers, like you can see there, so you could have them coming out like that if you don't want to use it as an aperture. Then our last one, we've got our sentiments. I adore these. You've got Sent with Love, Sent with Happiness, and You Are Wonderful. Now, the lovely thing with this, it is different fonts, so to me it draws your eye into them straight away. They're a really nice size as well, and you can also snip these up as well. So you could snip out the Sent With and just have the Happiness, or you can mix and match them up, and they just look absolutely stunning, especially because you've got the mats to go on the back with them as well. They work really, really well. Right, I'm going to try and grab some some samples that we haven't shown. So Joe has messaged in saying hello. Hello, Joe. I hope you are nice and warm. It's very cold today. I hope everybody... It's icy where we are. People I know have had snow though, so I hope that you're not snowed in. I only had rain by me, so it's probably going to be icy when I get home, but there's ice up here, not a lot of snow, so I hope you're all keeping safe and warm. But look at this. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Fiona's made this one for us, and it is absolutely stunning. You've got the hydrangeas there with the vase, and you can see how she's used those stems to make it look as if the hydrangeas are there in that vase. And then we've got the aperture cut into your white cardstock, and behind that I think these are the free background papers cut out as well with the sentiment that you get with this collection. So don't forget, if you are purchasing this or you have purchased it today, go over to our website. When you purchase, click to download the vignettes, download the free inserts, free vignettes, and the free background papers as well. So you've got so much to get you started straight away. And then look at that. This is absolutely stunning. You can see building up those florals there around the teapot. It is absolutely adorable. I love the fact that you get that lid. You can pop those in, but bringing in other sentiments as well. And you can see bringing in different card shapes as well. So you can see how lovely this works with collections that you might already have and dies you might already have at home as well. Now this one's from Barbara, and I love the fact that when we look at these, it's different colorways. Like this is staying with the creams and the oranges and the beige. It looks absolutely stunning, even adding in the vase there as well. And do you know what? Barbara's used the gerbras, the hydrangea, the hydrangea and the vase and that doily. So she's only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dies from the collection. Oh, 6, 7, including the sentiment. And how stunning does that look? And you've got so many in there that you can work with. Look at this one from Pam. How stunning is that? Absolutely stunning, with the florals on top, florals on the bottom, and then the aperture that just draws your eye in with the sentiment in the center. It looks absolutely stunning. And then we've got this one, which is absolutely gorgeous, from Sue. Look at that. Oh, she's going. How stunning does that? That looks like a vase of the most exquisite bouquet of flowers, with that doily around the outside of it, just drawing your eye in to those florals. It looks absolutely stunning. And then using the sentiment as the stopper down the bottom, and just adding this, it's just one of those decoupage parts of the florals. Looks absolutely stunning. I love how she's put some down the bottom as well of the vase. Look. So cute. They are just absolutely stunning. I got another one here from Sue. Look at that. Sent with love. That could be a wedding card, an engagement card, an anniversary card. That could be a sympathy card. There's just so many ways that you can use these, and I'm going to show you one more. I would say a lot more, but I think Taz will start shouting at me, because Fiona's made this one, and I think this is just the most adorable card. Look how cute that is. Come on, come in. Come on. Come on. I'm even moving them at the back. Look at that. How stunning is that? So Fiona has used the mat from the bucket to make the card base. So a teeny weeny little card. And then for the florals, to keep those up, if I turn it round, can you see she's popped acetate behind there to keep those in place. So that's holding everything up. So we've got acetate on the website. So if you're thinking, oh, I need to add acetate in, great to do it while you're getting this, because obviously you're going to get that free P&P if you order the complete collection. So the Petals and Threads collection, it is on today. We are almost 75% of the stock has gone. This is our second show of the day. We've only got one more show on Carnation TV after today. So what's the word for like the last but one? Penultimate show. Because we used to say that all the time. So that's how you knew where I was going to go there. The penultimate show. Right, let's make a card, shall we? So we're going in with a DL shape card, okay? And I've got some foam on the back already, and we're going in with our dark green. So this is from our Perfect Papers. So like I said, oh, I haven't showed, should I show them quick? Because we didn't show the Perfect Papers. So if you're getting the collection, add anything in, I would say add these in, obviously, if your budget can stretch to it, because these are stunning. They're obviously the right colorways. They've been pulled out of the artwork. You've got your swirls, you've got your florals in there, in the patterns, and then you've got your two solid colors. You're going to get that for each colorway. You've got your 6 different colors in there. So you've got your light greens, you've got your paler green, you've got your dark and light pink, and then you've got almost like your yellowy tone and your cream in there as well. So you can see your colorways there that you're going to get, which work absolutely stunningly. I can pull out absolutely any card sample and you can see how they work with every single colorway that we've got there in the Perfect Papers. And they're going to last you a long time as well. You do get 48 sheets in that pack, and they are 300 GSM, so they're great if you want to use them for your card bases and things like that as well. So I've got my dark green on there, and then I'm going in with the lighter green in that swirl pattern, just to add a bit of contrast, and having that dark green in the background is going to frame the card straight away, because you're going to have that matte layer with that dark green going around the edge, and that's just going to frame our card. So we've got that there. Then the next thing we're going to do is cut out the largest die. So this is the largest mat on that doily card shape. So we've cut that out, and you can see this is a really big doily. So this, if you want to use these like this to make your card bases, because we worked this out yesterday, it was 5.8 inches. So we've got, it's a really nice size card to use as a card base on its own. So I'm just going to add some foam tape to the back of that. We do have foam tape on the website as well. That's going to go on there like that. And then our next layer is the same colour. So I'm doing the exact same colours I've done in the background with the doilies. So you've got your next mat down in your die set. And we've cut that out in the lighter green with that swirl pattern on there. And that is just going to sit there like that. And then we've got that stunning doily, which is going to sit on there. And already that looks absolutely stunning. And all I've done is used 3 dies. So I've used one mat, the mat in, and then I've used this doily die. So I've used 3 dies from the collection and the perfect papers that go with it, and that looks stunning. I could quite easily pop that in there and send that like that, and that looks stunning, doesn't it? Just like that to send away. But what we're going to do is obviously we're going to go in and we're going to add lots more in there. So I'm going to start off with this bucket or pail, and we're going to pop this right down the bottom but there. So this looks like, this is just going to frame everything that we put in on the top of there. So I'm going to grab the bucket, and we're just going to use our pin flare. We do have pin flare on the website as well, so a really good one to add in if you're getting the collection, because especially with flowers, I feel like we mould flowers more than anything else, and pin flare is going to hold the shape of those flowers. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab the hydrangeas, and you've got your decoupage elements to actually layer on top of these, and that's what we're going to do now. So we've got that one there. This is going to fit on there like that. Then we've got our next layer, which is going to go on here. And the foam pads I'm using are the ones from our Clean and Simple range. We also have them on the website as well. So if you want to use smaller foam pads just to add in your decoupage and get that dimension in there, then you can use those as well. And I'm just going to add in a flower. That is going to go there like that. So, and you can add in as much or as little of these florals as you want, or equally you could add them separately. You could just add them in, you could add these little flowers around like the foliage and things like that as well. So we've done that one, so I'm just going to pop that there to roughly see where we want to do. Then we've got our rose. So this is the larger rose. So like I said, you've got those decoupage elements to build up. So we've just added in some foam to go on the back of here. So this is just going to sit on there like that. And then our next layer is going to go on top. So we're adding in lots of height and dimension, and it's going to add lots of texture straight away with these, because we're adding in all of these layers. Equally, you don't have to add these layers in if you don't want to. For me, I think it depends on what it is that I'm doing with it and what I'm using it for. So this one's going to sit about there. This is going to go there, and then we've got another hydrangea here. We'll use pin flare for this one just to speed things up. And then I've got my leaves. Now these sit perfectly, like you can see. You can add these and they'll go anywhere. You can add it to the side so you can see the 3 of them. You can add it to the bottom so you can get the 3 coming out the side like that. And I think that's what I'm going to do for this one. You can also snip these as well, so you'll be left with this one separately, so you can tuck them in. So if you wanted one like sticking out and you need it going that way, you can cut it away and then you can place the other one where you need them to be. So don't be afraid to go in and cut them, because there's so much versatility with Carnation dies. They really do make crafting fun for us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this one in first. So I'm just going to add pin flare to this, and I'm going to stick that about there. And then I'm going to stick my flower down first so I can gauge where I want the leaves to go. And this is the lovely thing. Using pin flare, you can pick things up, you can move things, you can push things under other things. So you don't have to worry about, you know, oh, if I stick it down and then that's it, it's stuck there. You can move things around like that. And then this one, we're going to do the same. And let me stick this down first. So just pop a foam pad on the back of there. I would stick more down, but just for speed I'm just going to stick one down, because this is going to go at the back, and I know if I use pin flare I'm going to squish it back down. So that is just going to go there like that. And then what I might do is tuck. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it as it is. Step away. And then, where should we stick it? Actually, do you know what? Should we cut the mat out and we'll pop it there? So let's cut the mat out so it doesn't get lost in the background. So if I grab, oh, she says, let's grab our sentiments, because you've got the mats for every single one of these, so they're really nice and easy to cut out. So grab some white. Now I was saying this earlier, if I'm cutting something out, I'll always cut the cardstock down so that I don't put indentations and things like that in my cardstock, so I can use it again if I need to. So I've just cut a little bit of white cardstock. I'm going to pop that mat on there, and then we're going to run that through the machine, and that's going to give us a perfect mat then to fit onto here. So lift that up, just get my glue ready. And then we can stick that on there then. And this is the lovely thing, because if I put that there, and this is a nice way actually to show you the difference that the mats will make. So if I put that there now, it looks pretty, but because of the green behind that doily, the writing, like the love there, you can see plain, but this scent with kind of gets lost in that doily. Whereas if I put that on there, and now put it there, you can see it a lot better. So it just brings that writing out and it stops it getting lost in the background. So obviously they will work perfectly if you're popping them on like a solid colour. But if you've got something with a bit of background in it, or if you've got something of a similar colour, having your mat will work perfectly. So we'll stick that on there quickly. And then I'll just use my pin flare for some speed. And then that will just perfectly sit on that doily. There, like that. And then we've got our card. So, and you can really see the dimension that you get there in the florals, and you can see it works so well, and you can see now how that sentiment just stands out a lot more because you've got the map behind it. So it works really, really well. So if you do like the look of this card and you want to try replicating these, because you can replicate all of the cards that I've shown you, that I make, the design team make as well, you do need to grab the Petals and Threads collection. The last stock update we had was almost 75% is gone already. We've only got one more show left after this one today. So if you do want to grab it while it's still on your show price. You are going to get P&P with this as well, so you can add in all those extra bits that you might need, like glue, pin flare, I'd say is a must with this, obviously your propane paper, and maybe a cut tie ID as well. Do you know the things that you don't want to order just on their own and pay the P&P for? Add them in now while you're ordering this, and then you've got that free P&P to take advantage of. Are we doing some samples? Yes. I think, did I do this one? Let me try and grab some that I gotta be honest, I've tried keeping piles of which ones we've done and which ones we haven't, and I don't think it's going very well, but we get through them all anyway by the end, don't we? So let's show some more of the design team samples, because they work so hard doing these, and they are absolutely amazing at what they do. So this one is Barbara. She's done this using that outside doily and bringing in those flowers, and then you've got those Scent with Happiness. This cardstock as well, if you're wondering, if you're looking at this and thinking I want to try and replicate this, this is the Centura Pearl Green Gold that we have got on the website. It works perfectly with this collection as well. It just adds that little bit of luxury, you know, that little bit of gold, just adds in that extra touch with this. And then we've got this one here, which is absolutely stunning, by Pam. And Pam's actually cut this out. So 1, 2, 4 times. So this doily has been cut out 4 times to make sure that that is sturdy enough that that can be the actual card base on its own. So you've got 4 layers there. So you've got 2 layers for the front, 2 layers for the back, made into that card base, and that looks absolutely stunning. You've got the smaller doily in the centre with the hydrangeas there and those little sprigs with the flower buds coming from the back. Then we've got this one, which is again using that Centura Pearl. I think this one's the other gold, which is called, I think it was yellow, no, pale gold. This one is, and you've got Scent with Love there. You've got the hydrangeas built up there with those smaller peach colour roses with the foliage and the sprigs there and the leaves coming from behind it. Looks absolutely stunning. Oh, and then this was the sample I said I was trying to look for just now, so I could show you how you could use those proud leaves and actually tuck flowers into them. Do you know what? I don't know if that's supposed to go that way, because the name is as if it's supposed to be that way, but I've been putting it that way. Do you know what though? Either way, it works either way. What are you saying? Yeah, the fold's there. Oh yeah, it can't be that. Do you know when you just realise how stupid you've been? Yeah, it's this way. This is the way that the card is going. I'm so sorry, Barbara, if you are watching. But still, it can go that way as well. That way. I'm moving on. Next one. We've got another one here from Barbara, which again is absolutely stunning. Look at that. And that's using one of the stems on its own with the leaf and with one of the roses, with that aperture matte layer behind. How absolutely stunning is that? That could be you know, thinking of you, a sympathy, a Valentine's card, a anniversary card, a wedding card. It could be a Mother's Day card. There's just so many different occasions this collection is going to cover. And then we have got, look at this, absolutely stunning. You've got the different layers there in that doily design with the florals coming up behind there, and you've got those proud leaves in the background. And this is also using the background papers as well, so don't forget to download those when you're downloading your vignettes. And then I've got one more from Pam. Look at that, absolutely stunning with all those florals built in. So you've got your bouquet there in the vase ready to go, again with the background paper, and you've got that doily there in the background. Absolutely stunning, bringing in those perfect papers and that little touch of gold. Stunning, absolutely stunning. That's really nice card, Pam. Right, so shall we do another demo? Let's, ooh. Let's get our card ready. So we're gonna, now this one I've kind of gone with the pink theme for this because I feel like I've done greens and blues and cream, so I wanted to try and do pinks next. So we're gonna add some height, like I say all the time, try and add some height. Even if you make the most simplest basic looking card, adding some height and dimension in between your layers will make all of the difference. So try and add just a bit of foam in between your matte layers. So I'm just going to pop some foam tape on the back of here. This is foam tape from our website, so you can grab this if you are thinking, oh, I need to get some more, especially when you've got the free P&P as well. And then so we've got our card base, and then I've got the lovely pink. This is the darker shade of pink in the Perfect Papers. So obviously this is the solid, and then I've got our smooth cardstock that is going to fit on there as well. So Perfect Papers would be another thing I would say add in if obviously you can. It makes the collection go further as well, because you've got all those perfect colorways that go with the vignettes. So it just makes everything go that much further. So take our foam off the back of this pink one. And then we've got our perfect matte and layers there then on our card base to frame our card. Then we're going to go in with this larger, so this is the die. This is the one that you would cut out if you were making the card shape out of the collection. This is the largest of the matte and layers for that doily shape. So we've cut this out in that same dark pink because this is going to be our outside matte for this. So I've gone for that same pink, and you'll see how these just work perfectly. And then we've gone for the next pink, and this is the same one but with that floral design on there. So they're subtle. I've run out of tape. They're subtle, but they really do catch your eye. She doesn't need to have got some. I just need to grab it from there. She's already gone, isn't she? She's gone. She's on the ball. Right, I'm not going to pull all these off anyway. Just a couple, because it's more that I want the tape in there for the height more than I want it to hold it. So we'll pop this on there like that. So that's going to go there. So I've got that perfect frame again for that doily shape, which is going to sit on there. So cut that bit off. That's my last little bit. That's going to go there. And then, oh, here she comes. I've got some for there, but I just needed to get it. But
I'm an angel.
I didn't want your trip to be wasted, so I was like, oh, I'll use the one that she's going to give
So
me
you're
now.
finally being helpful.
I just wanted to make sure that there was something for you to do, because Taz isn't actually producing the show right now. She's just sitting there having a whale of a time, just watching like everybody at home. So, you know, we had to make sure she had something to do instead of just sitting there. So this is going to sit now on there, and that will frame perfectly now in those metal layers, and just that there is absolutely stunning. So we're going to pop this, let's move that so you don't see my rubbish, onto our card. So again, using the same pinks now, so I haven't had to worry about absolutely anything, because all I've done is pulled out the colours from the perfect papers. That's going to sit there like that, and it just looks stunning, doesn't it? And what we're going to do next is we're going to bring in the pale. So we're going to bring this in, and I'm just going to shape it slightly, because that is just going to sit there like that. Now for this I'm going to use pin flare, because if I hold that up, I've got layers here and I don't have any here. So if I use foam pads, it's going to sit like that. Whereas if I use my pin flare, I can put a little bit less glue here and more on the bottom, so that when that sits there like that, it's still going to hold its shape, but it's going to stay up. And this is the lovely thing with pin flare, especially when you're using florals like this. You really want to be able to build them up and make sure they keep their shape and they stay how you want them to be. So pin flare is a really, really good one for a collection like this. Just going to add a bit more there. So that will sit there like that. And then that's going to hold, I'm not going to lift it up too high, but that's going to hold its height now because of that pin flare underneath. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to add in your layers. So you've got your decoupage layers there, and I've only got one for this one. So we're going to add in our roses. These are going to build up around there, and I'm only going in with these pink roses because I wanted to, like I said, stay with that pink theme. So we're staying just with these larger pink roses to do a pink card. So perfect if you know somebody who's, you know, their favourite flowers are roses or their favourite colours pink. This is just going to be a must. This is just going to sit there like that. And then this one, I've already got the decoupage layers on there, so you can see those. And then this one's going to sit at the top. And then the lovely thing with this, because Carnation think of absolutely everything, they give you your foliage, your leaves. So you can see, like I showed you earlier, you can go in and snip these out, and that's exactly what I've done now. So I've got different ways that I can use these, and the nice thing about that is this means that I can go in and I can just tuck these, and this is again the great thing about using pin flare with a collection like this. You can just go in and tuck these in, lift your flowers up, and you can add these in wherever you want them to go. So you can just keep going in, you can add more. You know, if you've tucked, like if I've tucked that leaf in there so the glue is under the flower and I think, oh, I don't want that there, I can take it away. So you've got lots of different ways that you can use these. Then we've got that smaller one, and this one, no, we'll keep it that way, because don't forget as well, you do have your mirrored vignettes, so you can mix and match these up and spin them around different ways. We'll tuck that one in there. I'm going to pop that one behind there as well. So just go in and add in as much or as little as you want. And I'm just going to add that one behind there. But this is a nice thing, you can go in, add as much add in as little as you want. So I've got my florals, and then what I'm going to do next is I've got You Are Wonderful. I feel like that bucket is not staying straight and it's irritating me, but that's just me. That's just going to sit on there like that, and you can see now I've got that matte. And again, a perfect way of showing you, if I popped this, because I've cut the writing out in white, so if I pop that on there, you can see that writing, it stands out. But if I take that matte away, it just gets lost. There's so much detail in the lace, that writing just completely gets lost in the detail of that dye. So it's a perfect way of showing you why your mattes are so important for your sentiments. Equally, if you were popping it onto a card and you just wanted it on the bottom, or like if you were popping it onto a card like this one, where you can see it's popped onto darker cardstock. So if I put that on there, it would stand out straight away. So obviously it does depend on what you're doing, but that's why we need the option of having those mattes to go behind the sentiment. And that's what Carnation do. They think of everything for us. They think of how we'll use it, what we need it for. So when we get our Carnation collections and our kits home, we just get the fun of creating with them. You can make so many different ways with them. And we always say, when you get something with Carnation, it just adds to your collection. It's one big collection. Everything works with everything. It is such a versatile company. So I'm just going to add some pin flare on there, and then that is just going to sit on there. And then I've just glued all over my hand, and then I'm going to pull that up so you can see that. How pretty. Those roses are just absolutely stunning. But this, that when you look at that card, if I took the sentiment away, there's just, that could be a Mother's Day card. It could be a wedding card. There's just so many different occasions that you could use that. Just a birthday card, but you get so much dimension on your florals that they're just so fun to work with. It's such a creative kit that you will just keep thinking of new ideas to play with these. But obviously, if you do want to be crafting along with these, you are going to have to get the Petals and Threads collection that we have on today. It is, oh, hang on, there you go. It is the we've only got one more show after this one, so you haven't got long, and we haven't got long left of this show either, so you've almost got one last show of this. If you're sitting on the fence, we are almost at 75% of the stock is gone. That was the last stock update I had, and that was at the start of the show, so it might be more gone already. So if you want to grab it while it's on your show price. You do get free P&P with this as well, so it's a perfect time to add in, you know, your foam pads, your perfect papers, your pin flare, your everyday glue as well, because it does work perfectly with these. But it is an absolutely stunning collection. If I could add anything else in, if my budget allowed, I'd add in the perfect papers as well. Shall we show them quickly, or are we doing the boards? Boards, I can hear her shouting. Taz isn't even producing the show, and I can still hear her shouting at me. Right, let's go through the boards so you can see exactly what it is that you're going to get in here. So we've got that large doily to start off with. So this is your card shape that you could be using. So like we've shown you with cards like these, where you're going to cut it out and use the complete matte and layer to make your actual card base with that stunning doily effect on there. You've still got the smaller ones in there that you can matte and layer up as well, that you can see here, which looks stunning. And you've also got the vignettes for these as well. So you've got stunning texture going around the edges of these, adding real depth and texture to that lace. It really does add such a stunning effect with these. Then you've got your florals that you're going to get. So this is the same die so far. you have got absolutely stunning florals in here. You can see you've got your decoupage elements that you're going to build up as well. You've got different sizes and different colorways in here. You've also got the buds. So you can see you've got those little pink buds and white buds in there as well. So these are going to work perfectly with every single floral on here. You've also got your stems as well. So you can build those up like the one we did earlier. So you could add florals on top of them. So it looks like the stem with the flowers on there. So you can do things like that with those as well. They look absolutely stunning, especially when you add in those decoupage elements. And just look at the artwork that you're getting as well. With that cut, you've got all of these detailed lines. So don't be afraid either if you want to go in and colour them in, because you still get all of those detailed lines in the dies. So you could colour them in yourself if you want to. Then we've got our vase. These are stunning. You've got the lovely teapot with the lid, which I think is absolutely adorable. You've got the pail there as well, and then you've got the vase. You've got the cork that you could pop onto there, or you've got the sticks that you could put in there, like scented sticks, or you can use them with the flowers to make it look like a bouquet of flowers with the vase, which works absolutely stunning. And just pop those on the bottom as if you've just pulled them out just to put your flowers in, but it works really, really well. Then we've got our proud leaves. So you've got two different designs in these, but you can see in the die itself, you've still got your emboss detail, and it works so well. You can use them on their own. So if you want to use it on its own, just run it through once, and it's going to give you that stunning, almost like a border of those leaves, and you've got that design in there. So you can have these sticking out like this, so it really draws your eye in to your projects, or you can multiple die cut them along your cards. So this has been run through 3 times to complete the whole background of this card, and it looks absolutely stunning. But they will cut in. Obviously it depends on your die cutting machine how many you're going to be able to get on a sheet. Equally, you could pop them out and you could have it as like apertures of those leaves. And then one of the things I was saying is, if you do that, if these were in green, you know, you've still got that embossed detail on these leaves, so you could use these separately. So like the card we just made, you could use these to tuck in behind your floral displays if you want to, and you can also use these to tuck the flowers in to these. So once you cut these out of your cards, you can tuck, I'm not going to be able to find it again now, am I? Your flowers into them. Oh, I found it. So you can run that through, and then you can tuck the flowers into the leaves. So it looks like you've got all of those leaves there with the flowers coming out, which looks absolutely stunning. Then we've got the apertures. Now I adore these. I think they are absolutely stunning. You can use them on their own if you want to, or you can mix and match them up. So like this one that we did yesterday, where you could see a very clean and simple style card, but having that aperture there in the background behind the vase, it just takes it to another level. It's absolutely stunning. You've got the cut lines going round through the aperture as well, and then you've got the leaves behind here as well. So you can see bringing the leaves behind that aperture and just having a couple of them popping out, it just draws your eye into it, and it takes it to another level having those there like that. But you've got the 2 different styles in them as well, and then you've also got your mats and layers. You can see there, that's what that's going to look like built up if you want to have them coming out of the cardstock instead of making it into that aperture shape. Then we've got our sentiments. So you've got Said with Meaning, which, so you've got in here Sent with Love, Sent with Happiness, and You Are Wonderful. You've got your mats there as well. So like I was showing you just now about your sentiments and where you place them, how important it is to have that mat there in case you want to pop them somewhere different. You've also, with these, you've got snippability with them. So you can snip out the Sent With and just have the words on their own, because these are large font as well. So they're going to be quite easy for you to just go in and snip those down and then use those separately. But that is the full collection of our petals and threads. So absolutely stunning product collection that you can get with us today. It is, like I said, on that show price. So it will go, when's it going to go back up? Friday at midnight it'll go back up. So you've got a couple of days, but I don't know if the stock will still be here at Friday because we're almost at 75% already. Do grab the perfect papers as well if you can grab those, because they just work absolutely perfectly with the collection. Now, we're finishing now our second show of the day. So Kat has actually been producing it was from the beginning, wasn't it? I was like, no, almost the beginning then, nearly the whole show. So almost the whole show, 99% we're going with, Taz, okay? Kat has actually been producing the show. So she's been doing all the cameras, she's been in charge of all of the graphics, that's the word. So she's been doing everything, and that's her first time doing it. So big well done to Kat, she's done an amazing job. We're going to have somebody else doing it, I think, are we? Yes, so we're going to have somebody else doing everything on the next show. So if you want to tune back in at 2, we're going to have somebody else producing the next show. But I'll still be here and Taz will still be here. And obviously, hopefully, our Petals and Threads collection will still be here as well. So grab a cup of tea, grab some lunch, and come back and join us at 2. Bye.